But before you do
So
that, do you have a link? I can put it on my other screen here and just let it play so I can get a feel of what the
mhm.
audience is seeing. If you
Yeah,
can,
that's
and at
very
least you'll have.
interesting question if we have a link because it just started, so we
Yeah.
are live right now. But how to get the link for you to see? That's a question I cannot really answer right now.
If you
But
check at the top,
everything is great,
yeah.
it says. So yeah, at least we are live. How can there is a sharing here a link? Oh, it looks like something. Yeah, I think this is what you need. Let's see. If you click it, I think you will see us live, and so we can start. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay,
try and see if I
let's
can.
do it. Yeah, let's do the test.
No problem. I'll copy and open it on another screen and then see what happens there. Okay, perfect. I can see what's happening on the other screen.
Great. So everything
I
is
just
working. We
yeah,
can start.
it's working. The only thing that I did was I put the volume down so that I don't have it, and I think there's maybe a few seconds delay. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's okay because when there is a glitch in the network connection between my computer and YouTube, then that can be solved by having this buffer, and so the stream goes out a bit later. Yeah, I even have some setting of how long it should take. But it's I think yeah, let's start with the defaults and we will see. Yeah, so this is the very first time we are live, and that's a great time, I think. I'm Christian, and you are Nigel. Hi, Nigel. And hello. And Nigel is my English teacher, and we just decided to have some fun during our English lessons and code an AI translator. So that will be an interesting project, a vibe code project, because I am a developer on my daytime, you know, and that's really an interesting project, I think, to vibe code, and maybe there will be some interest learning how to vibe code and so on, and even Nigel can learn something. And it's not just about coding. I think we will learn English too here. So that this is the second goal, to improve my English, of course. And so improve your coding skills and improve my English and create something that may be usable for everyone. So that will be kind of we can say a small business we will build here. It's in my hand. It's a document translator, and that's really interesting because translating documents is tricky because you need to be, you know, very precise in and that. So I have some ideas on how to implement it, and yeah, we will see. So that's about the project, and so Nigel, please say a few words about you and.
I am the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Wow.
Yes. I think in the modern world where interconnectivity it's an old thing. It's not something new anymore. But since COVID, many countries have realized they cannot find necessarily resources in their own country all the time. There's short skills all over, but then we find in South Africa there might be skills that you might need in Europe, and there might be skills in Europe that we need in South Africa, and this is where the fun begins, because we all speak hundreds of different languages, and I think with the translator like this, it's great, especially if we, there's in South Africa, we often say things like lost in translation. There's 11 official languages in South Africa. Now there's a 12th one, which is sign language. So you imagine if you someone who doesn't understand any of these languages, the main languages, you're in trouble. So a
Yeah.
tool like this, I think, for business and agreements that you want to have, or especially when people are learning a second language, and if they want to make sure that they want to say what they want to say in the best way possible, but their language, their second language, is not as great, they can always try to do it in the language that they're learning, and then compare it to if you had spoken in Hungarian. Sorry, you are from Hungary, right? We just want to make sure
Yes,
that you.
yes. I know I'm from Mars,
Okay, yes. The plants would tell me that you are from Mars. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
so I think it's a great tool. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what happens.
Yes. So first of all, we need to find a name for it, because the very first thing you will do when you start the project is to create some just to open a folder on your computer. So right now I have a fun folder here, and I have some fun projects here. So I want to create a new one, but what's the name? And usually when I start a new project, I am looking for good names, which are. So what is a good name? That's an interesting question. But I found that AI is really good in giving names, and what is interesting is that if it understands what is the project about, then it can offer good names. I usually ask the AI to generate a lot of names, and then I ask it for 15 very different names. I think it's important to say that the names should be very different. Sometimes for this project, yeah, we are here. So I've spoken about the project already with the AI, so it knows what it is. I'm using ChatGPT for this right now, and it generated names, but this is not really what. So for the it's fair to understand what I wanted. Names for the project itself, the name of the repo. The repo is where we store the source code. So when we are creating a software, then it is stored somewhere, and that is called a repo. And now it generated single word names. And I think that nowadays AI is very good for generating a lot of things, and the goal of or what we can add to it is our ability to select which one is good and which one is bad. So having a taste, this is what we are good for right now. So let's just select one from this and go with it. Later we can change it, but is there anything you like here? And the question is if you can read it. Is this big enough?
I think, so much variety. It's. I think we can get our listeners to also give us their feedback on.
Yeah, of course. Do we have any listeners? This is the very, very first time I am streaming. I never had any live listener.
I can see 3 there.
Oh, really? But one of you is you. One of them is. There is this chat window here. I just lost. I'm lost. Where is the chat window? Okay, can you see it? Top chat, live chat. Wow. Okay. I would, there is a possibility to learn more, but I don't think we have. Welcome to the live chat. Guardian. Okay. Yeah, I need to learn more, but not now. So next time we will learn more. Yes. If someone have any thinking about what a good name for this project would be, then just say. Yeah, I say, I like semantic check, for example, but I'm not sure that this is really what we're needing, because it's a great name, but I'm not sure if it's about the translator. It's more like to, something that checks, but it understands the main idea. The main idea of the project is to have a back translation by default, and back translation is the idea that when you have a text, like you have something in Hungarian and you want to translate it to English and be sure that the semantics, this is why the semantics is the meaning, the meaning is the same, then what you can do is to translate it there, and of course you may lose some meaning during the translation, but if you translate them back, then you will have two versions of the same thing in the same language, and you understand it. You understand the the Hungarian, and then you can check if they are really the same, and it's much easier to check if the meaning is the same when both versions are on the same language. So it's easier for you when you only speak one of the languages, of course. So even I myself can check without knowing everything in English. I can check that the translation is great, because when the back and forth translation results in the same meaning, then I can assume that the English version is the same. So it's easier to verify, and that's what I want to implement in code too. That's why I like the semantic name is there, and but it is not a checker; it's a translator. So maybe transback is also, it's a nice name. It really describes. What do you think about that?
That also sounds quite nice.
Let's go
Let's
with
start.
that. Yeah, let's start with that. And is it okay for you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so now I just creating a folder on my machine called transback, and I open it in Cursor. Cursor is an AI IDE. It's called an AI, a software for creating another software. So a software for creating software, and it's called Transback. I just open it, and yeah, it will open as an empty thing. And right now we can start coding here. If this is the AI, maybe I need to get a bit bigger. Let's see. But when I start a new project, I usually I don't really like to start here, because it's good for editing and creating the whole thing, but it uses a so-called an agent, and an agent is quite a complicated thing. It can do a lot, like reading files, writing files, and so on, and that's a lot of overhead over the baseline AI. So there is an AI model in the background, and the agent is a software that helps this model work on my computer, and that's a lot of cognitive load for the model, a lot of instructions which we cannot see here, but they are there. I'm also working on such agents in my day job. So that's why when I start a new project, I usually like to start on a simpler thing, like here, because with ChatGPT also has a lot of instructions, but I think those are a bit less intrusive, and it frees them of thinking. It doesn't need to think about my file system and so on. It just can. So let's just work here at the beginning. I just say that we need a new chat, and here you can. I'm on the Plus subscription, so I can use thinking. I like to switch to thinking when it's a hard thing, and there is this extended thinking, so it will be even more intelligent. Because I think that the beginning we need to be very intelligent, but maybe not at the very beginning. We will see. So in a few questions and answers, we will get some code to start with. And when you start the project, the thing is so the main idea is how to where to start. We have this at the end of the project, we will have something that has an interface where you can upload the document. It will translate it to English, translate it back using 2 different AI calls, steps, and then automatically, so with the third one, it's check if the result is the same, and if it's okay, then it says that this is the translation, and then if not, then try again and try to improve the translation.
Okay.
And of course it works only for small chunks of text, because if the text is long, then again it's too much for the AI and it will have issues. I just heard something. May that mean that we have sorry, that's hello, someone said hello. Is it you? Hello.
Yes, that was before, but I just wanted to ask a question. So I think to make it easier for now, I'll just raise my hand like this if I want to just stop you and ask you something quickly. If I may ask this question, how much of experience do I need to have in any sort of coding to sit in and learn? What do I need to know to start learning?
It's a very interesting question, because it changes, and right now I think that you can vibe code a simple application without knowing anything about coding. But I know a lot about coding, so when I start, then I even use different tools for than you should use when you are really a beginner. Maybe we will go to that direction too. Maybe next time we can try again with another tool and see where it goes. But I think for a more or less professional thing, you still need professional tools, and but for simple things like a simple application of an app where you can track your expenses or something like that, you can use another type of tools which are designed for vibe coding, and there you may not even see the code, so you don't need anything else. But here we learn to use the AI, so how to prompt the AI. That's what I trying to show here. So I think when it comes to learning, it's okay to see it this way, but we will see. So go. So what do we need? We need an AI translation tool. The question is, we have a lot of questions at the beginning. For example, which language to use? For me, 2 languages came into my mind. One is JavaScript and another is Python. And I think that the AI will want to do it in Python when we don't say anything, but I don't really like it. I like JavaScript better, so maybe I will ask it to do it in JavaScript. But it's a bigger question. You can do it in any language, of course. The question is if we want this to be an open source project which others can use, then maybe it's interesting to ask for which platform to target, which language to target. So it will. So right now, I think that the back translation is not that important. We will add it later. Right now, we need something that just gets a text and outputs the translated version. So the first draft of the translation. Let's read. It will read out from a file right now. Call an AI. And another thing that we want to use is Open Router. I show it to you. Open Router is Open Router is where you can use AIs. You just you just I have some credits here, I think. No, not much. Seems like I have to I have to top up. Yeah. Yeah, my card is here, so I just purchase 10 USD. Yeah. So yeah, it was very easy. Now I have some credits in OpenAI, and there are models here. Like those are open source models, so that means that everyone can use it. But to execute it, you need a GPU server, and Open Router finds companies that help you. Like so, one model I like is this Quen 3 model. So let's say that we will work it. It's relatively cheap, but not bad. It's a very good model, and so this is the name of it. And I just asked the AI, where are we? We are here. So I just say that it will use this model. It understands that this is the name of the model. So we need an AI translation tool. It will get text from a file. Call an AI and Open Router, and write the file. Write the translation to another file. To be honest, that's a very simple start, and we don't really need a lot of extended thinking. But let's say think about the language we use, if that will be an open source project at the end for document translation. Okay. Yeah. Let's just see how it thinks about it, and yes. In the meantime, let's change the music. Yeah, this is the music I created with Suno for the how to survive the AI revolution. Let's go back to the live coding thing. Yeah, we will later generate music too. So, but I think it still thinks, and it thinks a lot. Yeah, sometimes if you ask it to think a lot, that's not really so needed, because you have to wait. And this, to be honest, that's a very simple task for an AI. But now it says, yeah, as I said, it selected Python, and because I said that this is for document translation, and we will need to be able to parse documents. Like you have a Word document, there are images in there and so on, and you need to select to get out the text and then write the translated version back. That's the document translation, and it thinks that Python is more okay for that, because you have libraries for using that. Okay, so there is a Python code here, and how we should execute it. Yeah, so I copy this code and go to cursor and just say that let's ask for help, how to, but for that we don't need the thinking. It says we should it says that we should call it translate.py. Yeah, let's call it translate.py then, and like new file, translate.py. So this is a Python file. I copy the code it wrote here, paste it there. Here we are. Now I can start it. I start terminal here, where I can just execute my software. So let's say, let's move ourselves to the other part, and let's just say that Python translate that. We need some input text too. So let's say that we need some input. And I didn't say anything about the language. It asks for a source, yeah, from source, target, and yeah. So let's say we have some Hungarian text.
Mhm.
Let's say hello. It's called Sziasztok. Sziasztok. Ez egy teszt. A szuper dokumentum. The super documentum is the super document fordító, this translator fordítónkhoz. Okay, so this is the input, and yeah, we need an open router API key. So to call this open, because I paid the money, and then I get a key which I have to show to my computer in order for it to be able to call the AI. Yeah, so that's an issue, because if I show it on our screen, then everyone can see it, and anyone can use it. So that's but I think I already have some. Yeah, so let's just I already have a key, and I load that key. I will show this maybe next time how it works. But now I think we loaded a key which should work, hopefully, and then just let's just execute this. Why we have an app URL? What is that stream? What is it generates something that I think we don't need. What is app URL? I don't want to read the code because we are vibe coding, and so it's better to ask. Okay, so what is app URL? An optional header value you can send to Open Router to identify your app or project. Oh yeah, it's for Open Router, and it's only optional. Okay, so we don't really need it right now. It's because Open Router has statistics about the AI, about the applications they use. So this is only what we need. Let's go back and just start it. Oh, it's interesting. Seems like there is a syntax error, which is quite strange. Maybe I failed to do something. What's this? No, yeah, that's so I just say that there is a syntax error here. You can simply remove the global. It's not needed, but then why it's there? Okay, it says that you can just remove it, and okay, it generates the whole thing again. Yeah, that's a very good. Oh, yeah, the GPT-5 is a very good model, although it made a mistake. But let's try again. I say Python translate.py, so we want to start our program, and it should read input.txt, write output, and it has written output.txt, and this is hello. This is the test for our super document translator. Yeah, it just translated. Of course, that's a very simple task, but it happened. So I think we have a document translator which can translate text. Let's try with weather thing, like let's look for. It's Petőfi Sándor Petőfi was yeah, so she written this back in 150 years and it's a nice thing. So I try to translate it, and let's see what happens. My mother said, "Hey, well, I will be Miss and you." Well, inside this room, it's true. Yeah, of course, that's not easy to translate text like this, but the model is capable to do it. Of course, this is not what we really want. It's just a test. But what are you thinking about this?
I think it thought so quick. You just clicked and it seems too easy. I don't understand a lot of the technical things you're talking about in the background, but I know you will dumb it down. Eventually, you'll start. Okay, this means this and this means that, and then just for the listeners to get a hold of the basic words that you're using, I think that'll be great, and then they can try and do this on their own.
Yeah, maybe we can try to speak a bit about what we have done now, and yeah, so then later we can do. But an important thing is that we never really checked what's in the code. You know, this is why it's called vibe coding, because the AIs can speak any language, not just Hungarian and English, but the ChatGPT can also speak, you know, Python, which is a machine language. And so what happens is that we describe what we need, and it writes the code. And it's of course it's a short program. So what it does is, if we just run through it, this is here it says that we will work with Open Router, so it knows how to call Open Router, and it created this translate function, which just gets some text. A source, it's called, there is a source language. I don't really know. We think we really need it, but yeah, and it calls the AI, and by calling the AI, it also adds, which is an important thing. So it calls this Quen model. This is not the ChatGPT model. This is an open source model, the Quen model, and here you see it is right. It has written a prompt for it, and this is the prompt. You are a professional translator. Translate from source, this is the source language, which is Hungarian, to target. So if we want to, maybe, is there any language, you know, and which is not English? Maybe
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans. This is how we are. Right, we write it. Yeah. So let's try it. And preserve formatting, exactly. Return only the translated text. So this is the prompt it sent, and then it added the text. So the two messages were sent. The system, the so-called system message, describes what to do, and the user message, the next one, is like when you are in a chat, and this is what you write. So this is, you know, there is a system which translates, and it gets a text, and it outputs the thing, and here we are. I think it fails this model cannot speak Afrikaans, it seems. Yeah, so Afrikaans.
It looks like Afrikaans there.
This looks like Afrikaans, but here then we have Hungarian. Let's try with German. Yeah, Afrikaans, maybe we need a special model that can speak Afrikaans if we want to target that. Yeah, with German it works. Of course, it's because the voting is sent to the model. So there is a prompt and the document, and it is sent to the model through OpenAI, and we need to select a model which was trained on the languages we are using, of course.
Okay, so I'm just gonna connect my laptop. The power is. Drop the cable. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so what happens in the code is just that it sends the request to the AI, and what gets back is the translated thing, and then it just writes it to the file we have sent. And let's go to the Open Router has a dashboard about what we sent, and here we see that we had used, so here we have used the Qwen3 model several times, and it cost us very little. So translating such a thing costs very little. Of course, when it depends. The cost depends on the length of the prompt, so that's very short in our case right now, and mostly in the length of the output. The output is much more expensive than the input. But and it's called it's counted in tokens, so not in letters, in characters, but it's tokens. A token is roughly four character, and that's the basic unit of accounting. So today we have spent, maybe 1 cent or something like that, less than 1 cent. It fails to show me. Yeah, here we are. No, that's no, that's another thing. This here this is what we're doing. Yeah, I not use Open AI this week. So we only used. So we had 4 requests, and the price is not here, but it's very, the total price I cannot find it, but you see that it's very cheap. It's less than a cent right now, the total we have used. So using AI for small things is cheap, we can say. Okay, I'm not sure if we have time to improve it. Do we have a bit of time?
Yeah, we've got a few minutes left.
Maybe we should implement the back translation so that we can check the quality for ourselves. Let's do it in Cursor then. So I say add back translation to the original language. Write it to input output to back.txt, and I'm using here the auto agent, which is very right now I can use it for my subscription in unlimited way, and it uses a model. It's not public what is the model. Maybe it's dynamically selected based on what I want, but it's more or less free when you have a subscription. But it's not the best model. But I think that this is an easy task, so I can use it, and it's fast. This model is very quick, and here you see that it started to work, and so it says I will open translate.py. It's an agent. It first reads my files, then thinks how to solve what I am asking for, and then creates the changes. So here it says back translate to original language and save to back.txt. Yeah, let's say. So now I just run it again, and if I run it again, we hopefully will get. So I translate this Petőfi verse. Is it called a verse? Oh, sorry, Can you help me? What it is called? Thing like this.
Verses
Verse.
or
Verses. Yeah, it's a verse. So it's working. And first creates the translation to German, and then translates back, and then we can see if here is the back. Okay, you don't understand it, but it's nice. Momám csirkéje. Okay, let's do that with something that, or can we do it from German to Hungarian and back? We should do that. That will be great. Let's can you show me a text which is interesting and in German? something like this. You know, it's which is very basic. Everyone knows, like something from, not sure, from something from Shakespeare. Everyone knows, or something that children's song. Do you have any idea, like a children's song lyrics? So something which we can.
Yeah, start with the first one. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. It's very common, basic, and let's see how it works.
Is it so short?
It seems like some is missing, but I think twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Yeah. Oh, great. Let's see. So I just save it to input, and then execute. The source is English. Target is Hungarian. And let's see. Yeah. It's there, and the back is also there. Yeah, so that is what happened. Shine, shine, little star. Shine, shine, little star. How wonderful you are. Yeah, so the original was this. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. So you see that there is a lot of lost meaning here, and that's but now, because we understand English, we can see that there is a way to improve here. You know, of course, translating verses is very hard, because it's you know, a lot of it's not our goal, to be honest. So next time we will find some real documents that need to be translated, but because it's much easier if the document is written in a clean style, where the meaning is clear. Of course, for a verse the meaning is not even always clear, but I think that we should do better than this. And so now the idea is that after such a forth and back translation, we will ask the AI to go from sentence to sentence and check the difference between the meaning, and try to you know, say out loud what's the difference, what was lost. And with that information we can try to translate again and say that, okay, but this is the important thing, you should not lose that meaning, and then do a new translation, and then do it again, and hopefully it will get back, and after a few iterations we will be able to resolve the issues. I did it myself with ChatGPT, using this manually for document translation, and it worked great. So it was able to spot differences in the meaning, and then it was able to retranslate without such differences, or at least with less difference. So that's the basic idea that I want to go. Yeah, but what are you thinking about this text? Of course, the quality of the model itself, so how good it speaks the languages we are using, that's the main question. And of course, Hungarian is, you know, that's not a maybe we can try it between English and German, you know.
Yeah, I think it seems so quick that you were able to do it. I think you would have been able to do this much quicker if you weren't talking. I would say a 10-minute project this would have been for you very quickly.
Yes, it's a 10-minute project when till there when I'm alone and not speaking. Yeah.
So You think people can learn to do these sort of projects on their own without?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's of course, if we continue this, it will get complicated and learning it needs some practice. So yeah, but here, shine, shine, little star. Shine, how I would love to know what you are. I wonder what you are. Yeah, you see that between German and English, it works better. So after back and forth translation, we didn't lose the meaning of this. How I wonder what you are. I would love to know what you are. At least it's not so nice, but the meaning, I think, is the same. What do you think?
Yeah, it's quite similar. It is quite similar, but
The style is
maybe.
lost, of course, but
Mhm.
the meaning is not, and that's important.
Yeah, I think because shine shine is twinkle, so maybe in Hungarian there's no word close to shine, so look for the closest word it could find. So yeah, I think what this tells me is that no matter how well you speak a language, when you're speaking a second language or third language, you don't always get 100% of what you want to get across. And students will often tell me this. Oh, I don't know what to say. I don't even know in my home language how to say this. So now to try and say it in English. But I think the main thing is to be able to deliver the most important parts of what you're trying to communicate. This will take time, and I think just like that, the model, as you said, it will start off with on a more basic, more basic than anything else. But as ChatGPT or other tools start to develop, it'll get better and better at this. Is what I'm thinking. However, there will be some words and phrases that you will just never get right, I think, because you can't.
It's a very interesting
Yeah.
question about meaning.
Yeah.
If what meaning is, and if we have the Platonic meaning, you know the Platonic forms. Plato was an old philosopher in Greek 2000 years ago, or even more, and he thought about this thing that there are some so-called forms which are really the essence of meaning. So the so-called the ideal forms. So when you say something like shine, or that's not a good. Maybe easier to say something like it's comes in German to my mind, the Tisch, in German. The what is or a dog, a dog. What is a dog? It's there is an ideal form of a dog, Platon says, and when you say out loud dog, then it's kind of it's kind of an example of that thing, but it's not the ideal form. And it seems that when AIs learn languages, different languages, what they learn is a common representation of such things. So there inside the AI there is a representation which is the representation of the dog, and then it can say the thing out in English too, and in German too, and in Hungarian too, and it thinks about the same thing. But when it says out loud, it may find different words in different things. Of course, the words are not exactly the same. Dog is very simple, so maybe dog means the same even in German, Hunde or Hund or something like that, and kutya in Hungarian and dog in English that may be the same. But with a bit more complex ideas, the ideal form is not something that you can say out loud, in any language. But it seems that what it's learned is this ideal form, and then it needs to be moved. So when you speak in English, then it is moved to this ideal representation inside the AI or in your head, and then you say out loud in another language. Then that's not really the same thing. Both are close to the ideal one, but not the same, and that's why we lose some meaning during translation, I think.
Okay. Cool. It's a start, and we'll play around with the idea and see how it evolves over time. The question is, if it's okay for a question, ChatGPT. I don't know what the free versions are. I don't use ChatGPT as much as I use. I don't even remember the name. Google.
Gemini.
Gemini. Yes, Gemini is my friend. For some reason, it was there and I used it. But I have people who say ChatGPT is much better. I even asked Gemini, who's better, you or ChatGPT? And it said, you can't really find one or the other. And we asked, the student asked ChatGPT the same question. I don't know which version he's using. And they came up with similar answers. They both said, no, we're more or less the same. We could do the same thing and whatever. But anyway, I think if someone is using a free version of AI, are they still able to code
Nowadays,
with it or not?
Yes, you can start, but for professional work you need something. Yeah, so running AI models is not cheap. So for those companies, when they give you it free give it free to you, then that means that they lose a lot, or at least they lose money. Yeah. It's for a small thing like we've seen, it's not much, because with Open Router we have to pay what we are using. But and for small text that's not much. But when if you upload a large document and ask it to read it and say something about it, that can cost it more than a cent or something like that in USD. So, and that's if you do it 100 times a day, every day, then that's a lot of money at the end of the month. So if you get it free, then there is no free lunch, or what is the saying? Yeah, so they will want something from you.
Yeah, they're either gathering information from you,
yes,
which builds their model,
and help them advertise better, so you will buy what they want to sell, and or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well done today. I think it was a great try on your system and see if everything works. Is this something that's recorded or not recorded?
I think yes, YouTube recorded it, and we can see it. So yeah, it's time to ask the listeners to to subscribe, and not really sure how to do it, but I guess there is a button for it somewhere here and there, and maybe advertise ourselves. You are on Preply, an English teacher on Preply. There is a link in the description. And if you want to ask anything, you just can contact us. For example, contact me on LinkedIn, or contact Nigel on Preply, or just send a message here. Yeah.
I see besides me, there's someone else also watching. Did you notice that?
Oh, great. We have our first... it's not me.
It's not you. I was just going to check. Doesn't look like you, but there's someone else at football 1628. So thanks for joining in.
Thanks for joining us. And I hope that you enjoyed it and you learned something. And of course, we will get better next time. Yeah, we will see if we continue this or restart and do it a bit more smooth fashion. Yeah, we will see. But it's eventually we will write this document translation tool, and it will be our big business, which. Okay.
Understand.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening in.
Thank you, Nigel. It was a great pleasure to me. Cool. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So somehow I have to stop it. Can I click this? Is this now?